After a nice little week off, we now prepare for a 5-week stretch to decide what drivers will finally punch their ticket in to the playoffs. It's about to go down right now. We welcome you to coverage on LSRTV. For those that are watching, for those that are listening on the Community Radio Network, we're set for the Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking 200 with the Northwest iRacing Cup Series presented by Tom Denchel Automotive Group. It is 100 miles, 45 laps around this facility. That is the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It is the motor racing road course circuit located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And virtually tonight is the site of the first of our 5 races into the stretch before the playoffs. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Hope you've all been doing well. Joined alongside, as I'm in North Carolina, is my colleague up in Spokane, Washington of the Northwest in the Pacific of Greg Rentz, and always running the boards in the LSRTV production truck in deep of the heart of Texas in Wichita Falls is Charles Wooten. Greg, hope you've had a nice week off, bud, because we're ready to stretch it out 5 weeks to determine who is going to the playoffs for a chance to race for the championship.
Oh, playoff push comes north of the border, Wesley. We are live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, here for 45 laps of road course racing. This racetrack, this was one of my favorite races of the year when it was on the NASCAR Xfinity schedule. Loved seeing it. Back then, of course, was the Nationwide Series. But I loved this track every year. Never, ever a shortage of excitement on this track. This was a track that I campaigned for when the Northwest Racing Series was trying to set their schedule up, and they said, you know, hey, we want to do 5 road course races on the year. What are some road courses that you guys want to see? They even asked us, the broadcasters, what they wanted to see. This was a track that I was campaigning for. I love this racetrack. I've always wanted to call a race here, and we get the chance to tonight. Very excited to be here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal tonight.
Yeah, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. Let's take a look at your race information. It is done. Practice is finished. 30-minute practice. We're ongoing now with 2-lap qualifying. We will have that for you. And then they're going to go 100 miles and 45 laps the distance coming up here. We'll probably set one competition caution on the grid. I would think it's probably going to be around between lap 15 or 20. Our producer, Charles, probably knows the answer, but he won't tell us. And it's, I told you, I knew he did. So Hims is already interrupting the crowd. But anyhow, he does know the answer. In some way, shape, or form, the yellow flag will be shown to the field. And we will have at least one caution flag in this race, Greg. And then they stretch it out for the finish. Should be a good one. Should be a fun one. What do you think we'll see here tonight, of course, at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve road course? You think of left turns, you think of right turns, hairpins, S's, chicanes, bus stops. What else is in the horizon for these drivers tonight in this 100-mile event, Greg Rentz?
Very, very technical racetrack here, Wesley. One of the most technical on the iRacing server. The hairpin that you're looking at right there reminds me a lot of Infineon, Sonoma, Sears Point, whatever the name is this year, but it is a very, very technical racetrack. And you mentioned those hairpins. There's a good number of them. I think we're going to see 3 or 4 of them here, if I recall, of these little tight little S-curve hairpins. It's such an interesting track, and it's such a beautiful scenic drive too. I mean, it's like you're just driving around through a park on a Sunday afternoon, but no, you're driving a race car. You're driving a 3,400-pound stock car around these very tight technical track corners. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch because there's one of those little S-curves there that we're talking about. This track is chock full of them. Again, technical driving, a lot of heavy braking zones, a lot of passing zones. That right there is the final hairpin S-curve coming to the finish. That's the biggest passing zone on the racetrack, I think. It will not surprise me if we see the race when you move set up right there coming to the checker flag. We've seen it on the real side in the Xfinity Series before. This racetrack, you're going to see a lot of passing. You're going to see a lot of flared out fenders and some tempers as well.
Qualifying is still ongoing. It is about to conclude. And by the way, our coverage of this event, the Race 411, is brought to you by the Race on Texas Speed Pass. Join today for just $39.99 a month and watch tons of weekly racing from all over the Arklatex area. That includes of course, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas, and much more. Plus, pick your home track and support them with 50% off the monthly subscription going directly to the track. Again, that's Race on Texas. Sawblade.com weather conditions, bottom right of the monitor. And there you see it for road course racing. It is windy. Partly cloudy, ambient temperature virtually 77, track temp 85. That sounds about right there, Charles, up in Canada.
Going to be a very hot one today, and that high track temp is going to make it very slippery, which is going to make it even more difficult to drive these cars. And I mean, you see right there, Bonjour Quebec. A lot of drivers are going to be saying that to each other throughout the course of the day. Right here, this is my favorite part of the racetrack. This is turn 1, down into turn 2, turn 3, all that. I think you're going to see a lot of action right there in that corner of the track and this corner of the track, the hairpin that we talked about. It's coming to the finish and the very start of the corner right there. Those are the two spots that I think the most action of the day is going to be. And that track temperature, we expect it to just go up and up and up as the day wears on. But the good news is there will be grip added into the track as the race wears on. However, near the end of the run, when those tires are shaved down, that's going to be when it gets interesting.
Qualifying is done. It is just about showtime. Quick break, and we give you the starting lineup here from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important.
Welcome back to coverage. It is time to take a look at the Team 126 Racing starting lineup, and we are going racing here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada. Front row, fast qualifier, Justin Yee, the all-time winner on the series this year with 6. By the way, take a look at that new scoring ticker when it updates on the broadcast. To the outside, Sean Brightsman, defending Cup Series champion, row 1. Row 2 on the grid, we'll find Jeff Stab now in 24. Dan West Jr., 55, Team LSRTV. Row 3, Lake Peterson in the 09. Noah Shawinski in the 96. Row 4, here at Montreal, we'll find Ryan Bloom in 25 and Paul Newton. He's won a couple of races this year, some on a road course in the 81. Row 5, we'll find Toby Ritters in 23. We'll see you, and good to see Southwest SRL Tour competitor Cole Rass from the Alan Kawicki Driver Development in the top 10.
Good to have Razzle Dazzle back. But Wesley, we're getting set to come to green. So Stephen Paulison and Matt Gilder make up row number 12. Kevin Smith, BJ Titter, keep an eye on him on the road course. But we are coming to a green flag. You see the rest of the starting grid beneath you. Chris White, Caden Anderson, Troy Daggett, and Tyler King, Racetrack King. Judd Wakefield, Aaron Cooper. We are underway here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Green flag. And this race is kicked off first with the whole shot going into that first to the early lead. Jeff Stab now right behind him. Closing in is also Brightsman. There you see them working their way into turn number 3 now. A very in. Look at they're going their way through the forest, down around another sharp curve. We'll break down this racetrack as Caden Anderson goes around in 37.
Someone else was there.
And Raz, Cole Raz as well. A top 10 starter in the race, and the 10 car goes around too. Couple of Pacific drivers there having problems, Greg.
the teammates, Caden Anderson and Cole Raz, having issues right out of the gate. And by the way, shout out Caden Anderson in number 37. Not the start he was looking for, but yeah, you said it right there. Second place in the Idaho 200 after having to race his way in through the heat races. It was a long weekend for young Caden Anderson. To come home with a second place, that's an awesome, awesome day at the racetrack at the Idaho 200. However,
Anderson around again.
Not the night he's wanting here in the Cup cars tonight.
And by the way, Corey Allard, you mentioned Caden Anderson, the runner-up of that race. Corey Allard picked up the win of the Idaho 200, and he'll be joining me on my Fox Sports radio show Finish Line on Wednesday, and we'll also have it on our podcast on the Community Radio Network when we go off the air as well. So looking forward to hollering those Northeast drivers. And there you see Ryan Bloom, the 25 machine, currently in the top 10. He looks like he's got a nice run in sixth. And look at the new scoring ticker. You see the numbers in the green bars? That dictates, or not dictates, it signifies how many wins this year those drivers have had. And obviously the all-time winner of the series is, of course, Peterson. Blake Peterson's teammate Justin Yee is here tonight. Good to see the Bumblebee from the Beaver State back again. And right now he leads in the early going. Jeff Staub now behind him. Three-time winner Sean Breitzman sitting in third. Fourth. Right now everybody just Shawinski. Everyone else just kind of waiting patiently here in the early going. Still a lot of racing to go here. 45 laps the distance. And again, somewhere within the first half of the race there will be a competition caution. The thing is, Greg Rentz, we just don't know when.
Yeah, we'll see. Whoa, one car off in the grass. I believe that's Ryan Bloom in the 25. And that's big because he was the ARCA winner here on Friday night, the Northwest ARCA Series, the first year of it here in the Northwest Racing Series. Ryan Bloom picked up the win in that race here in Montreal on Friday night. So he was looking to try to sweep the week. Unfortunately, not going to happen here. Well, it still could very well happen, but not the start he was looking for. As you see this very, very tight hairpin turn. That's one of the toughest spots on the track to drive. As you look at one of the Bumblebees has gotten around Breitzman. Let's see, is this Peterson or Sherwinski? That, I believe, would be Sherwinski in the number 96, the third member of the Bumblebees to join us. Remember, Justin Yee joined us near the end of the year last year. Blake Peterson came in for the finale and has been with us all year this year. Sherwinski came in primarily on the road courses, but has run some oval with us as well. But Justin Yee and Noah Sherwinski, they've not yet visited Victory Lane in the Cup Series, but Yee seems to be doing very strong here in the early going. You see some more scattered throughout. That was Chris White with another new look on the 83, but there's Justin Yee, who has had so much speed this year, Wesley, but just has not been able to grab that win. He's been serving in the crew chief role the last few races, got Blake Peterson to another win, and has kept the Bumblebees running up front as the strategist for them, but back behind the wheel tonight, leading early.
Watching these drivers working their way again back around the racetrack for the most part. Still being patient. Enjoying their event here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada Virtual here tonight. Really excited. It was announced earlier this week on social media, and I'm looking forward to it. Greg, Hickory Motor Speedway coming to iRacing. Boy, the birthplace of the NASCAR stars, and all I got to say is honestly, it's about time.
And I know a certain late model series that will be on LSRTV that I just know will be going to that one. So woo-hoo! I cannot wait to see Hickory on there. We have been talking about it for years in the ranks of the Northwest Tour that's coming up here again this winter on LSRTV. When Hickory came to iRacing, it was absolutely going to become one of the crown jewel races of the year in the Northwest Tour, and we are going to see it this winter.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to grab the leader. Somebody at start-finish line. Let's go with this man right here, up top side with the blimp view, presented by All-American Pools, and let's give you a lap around Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. They'll work their way into turn number 1 to 1 and 2. 1 and 2 will work their way to nestle around a turn to turn number 3. Third turn will move into the part of the racetrack that we call the S's, and he's coming up on turn 3, 4, and 5. There's the S's right there. Turn 5 will go into a tunnel turn under a bridge to turn number 6. Turn 5 and 6, working his way up a straightaway into another turn. It could be another S if you want to call it an arc, a little mini arc S if you will, to turns number 6 and 7. Up through another little part of the straightaway through the woods, kind of like going to Grandma's house or the under the bridge, under the tunnel there. And then they work their way into what is in turn 8 to turn number 9. This is the part of the racetrack they call the hump. And they'll hump their way through the horseshoe, if you will, into turn number 7 and 8 to turn 9. There's the hump. The hump of the racetrack is turn 9. Up through turn number 9, closing in into turn number 10, right there. And there you see turn 10 to what we call turn 11, the gulch. The gulch. The gulch is turn 11. The bridge turn is turn 12. Then they'll work their way into the kink into turn 13, where they're at right now. They make their way to name row at turn 14 through turn 15. And there is a lap at start finish to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Here, that's a lap around this racetrack.
And Wesley, did you notice from that camera angle what completely surrounded this track? You can see some of it right there. Water on all sides of the track. This racetrack is on an island, and that's another thing that just makes this such a unique racetrack. The entire course on an island off the coast of Montreal.
You think of the name Quebec Corner, you think Moss Corner, you think White's Corner, the Mario Andretti straightaway. That is at, of course, Mossport Park, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. This is, of course, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A lot of interesting names, and there is a man that used to dominate in Canadian road course racing, or at least he's the most recent winner. He won at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park last year. Greg Ritz, and that's Billings, Montana, number 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Could today be the day for the road course ace?
Looking good so far in third, and he likes to play a little coy with us when it comes to the road courses. He always says, I'm not a road course driver. I'm not a road course driver. Well, you won 2 races on a road course last year, and here you are sitting in third spot right now trying to track down the Bumblebees. Sherwinski has gotten by him to move into the second spot, trying to track down his teammate of Justin Yee. But hey, Stabnow. Oh, Brightsman.
Oh, Brightsman champion around.
You speak about road course ace in the Northwest Series. That's your guy right there. What in the world? That's over on pit road entry. What in the world happened to Sean Brightsman? We're going to have to see if we can maybe find the Pulse Poppers replay here to see what happened. You talk about road course ace. Sean Brightsman is the road course ace of the Northwest Racing Series. Just locked it up and nosed it into the wall.
Wow. Right around Stabnow as well.
And
oh my
what
goodness.
heads up driving though? Do you see what he's doing right here? Heads up driving, you saw where he was on the racetrack, just instantly threw it in reverse and backed up out of the way of the competitors, making sure there was no way the competitors could run into him before he got his bearings together to not just ruin his day, but ruin theirs as well. Outstanding heads up driving by Brightsman right there. Unfortunately, going to be a long day.
This racetrack is again close to 14 turns. The layout is 2.7124 miles, 4.3653 kilometers. Distance of the track, 18,551 feet. And that's, of course, counting all of the distance of the racetrack. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. That kind of confuses me myself. But anyhow,
math clear as mud.
What'd you say?
I said that's clear as mud, bud.
Yeah.
Ooh, Frank Harris having trouble there as Cole Raz is going to get by. Here's, I believe this is the new look that I was talking about on the 83 of Chris White. Yes, it is. Hey, Chris White joined our LSRTV family here this past weekend. He joined the broadcasting booth, and hey, maybe we'll see more of him on the broadcast here once in a while. So, Chris White, welcome to the LSRTV family.
Yeah, I appreciate him stepping in for me on Friday night. Of course, I had other announcing obligations in hot Georgia. Oh, my God, you want to talk about hot? Man.
I can talk about a different kind of hot at the Idaho 200 on Friday night.
Yeah, well, Idaho, Udaho,
No, I'm talking about the hot sauce me and Dan Lowther tried. Where's Dan Lowther, by the
you
way?
and your videos. I definitely filled for you the other day with the whole hot chip, and I told somebody, I said, why in the world is he doing this to himself?
Because it's fun to watch, and it's fun to do, and it's fun to challenge your friends to see.
Yeah, and then it's fun to sit on the toilet later and suffer from it, right?
Well, my favorite part was Dan. So, story time. Friday night, we were there at the Idaho 200. Here's Paul Newton in the number 81, 2 wins on the year in the truck series.
Yes, there's Paul. Yep.
So he's doing well as well. Good to have him back. But all right, story time. That's the Idaho 200, and Dan Lowther. He's not here tonight in the race tonight, probably catching up on some sleep after a long weekend of late model racing here in State Line, Idaho. But all week leading up into this, all right, I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna show you it's not that hot. It's not that hot. It's not that hot. Mind you, this is the 3rd hottest hot sauce in the world that I have acquired on a recent family trip to Seattle. So all week long, Dan's like, all right, I'm gonna, we'll see how hot it is. We'll see how hot it is. So he tries it at the end of the night on Friday. His exact quote was, yeah, it's like Tabasco on steroids. 30 seconds later, he is running to the trailer for water, so I had to give him a hard time about it.
Why are you so mean to him?
Because we like to do it to each other to see who is the bravest. And now we have been challenged by Big Bird, and he has rallied up enough money to get the product. Big Bird Cheney challenged us to try the hottest in the world. So that's going to happen at some point.
Hashtag fish noises.
Oh, there's also a new one. I'll have to tell it to you later.
Oh, is there a new one now?
Yeah, the new one is Birds Are Decent People.
Ooh.
I have done so. Our producer, him, just gave me another challenge. He challenged me to try Carolina Reaper popcorn. I've done Carolina Reaper barbecue sauce. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm in. Send it up, boss man.
One day your colon is never going to forgive you. You understand that, right?
And I'm going to enjoy the hot sauce as much as I possibly can until that day comes, and then I will stop. Ooh, big bubble out of stab now.
Oh. Underway again, back to the on-track action as we're approaching lap 9 of 45. Lap 10 this time by with a couple of start-finish. Justin Yee is the man out in front, leads the way. There you see him in the 66 machine. There's these other cars racing amongst each other in the back of the pack. There's, of course, the 72 of BJ Tidrick, Ryan Bloom. And that battle going on inside the top 10
this year. Yeah, Tidrick, the Montana 200 champion. The car that he drove to victory in the Montana 200 got a top 10 in the Idaho 200.
Yeah, Tidrick was on finish line with me a couple of weeks ago to talk about that win.
He won the Montana 200. His protege, Jason Berg, a name that should be very familiar to longtime Northwest Racing Series advocates. And by the way, I got to talk to old Burgle for a minute at the Idaho 200. There's a return coming, so watch out. Jason Berg, who still to this day holds the record for most Northwest Tour victories, was rapidly climbing the ladder in Northwest Racing Series. I think he still holds the record for most wins in a single season for the Northwest Racing Series. He's coming back, and he might be back in time for the Northwest Tour, and he said a return to the Northwest Racing Series is not out of the cards either. So watch out, because Berg is a guy that once he comes in, a lot of guys are going to be like, oh boy. So going to be good to have Berg back in the field as well. He finished 10th in the Idaho 200 this past weekend.
And the producer is talking
Producer's talking a little smack. I think we need to go give him another piece of Reaper popcorn. Oh, I believe we may have just lost Wesley to some technical issues. All right, so I think we
so
got
much
Wesley
for that.
back.
We lost whoever it was. I don't know.
That was you, bud. That was you, bud.
Oh wow, sorry. Well, let's pick up Jeff Stabnow battling there with Blake Peterson, 6-time winner on the series. And what I was trying to do was try to find the next car that's at the start-finish line. And
oh, Stabnow.
Whoa, Stabnow, watch yourself. Whoa. Oh no, here comes Peterson by. Here comes Newton by.
So Stabnow.
Boy, oh boy, look at all that
good
momentum Stabnow lost. Man, that
That's
sucks.
the thing about this track. You get off track here and it takes you or costs you a couple spots. And look at Paul Newton making his way up. He's in the top 3 now, so watch out for this number 81 of Paul Newton. 2 truck wins this year, both on road course. Could the Cup win breakthrough come tonight in Montreal?
That's right. We're going to catch a car when they come to the start-finish line, and it will be coming up on the start-finish line here this time by. And then we're going to give you a little description of how each of these drivers can negotiate around what is the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal. And we're going to ride on board with, of course, Blake Peterson, 6-time winner. There you go, into that first turn. First turn, it says that you need to shift down and hug the apex, and that's exactly what he's doing. Greg going off into that first turn. Second turn, up through the S's, as we had mentioned earlier. It says, and I quote, that this is fast and narrow. A right-hander up ahead, as you just saw, and then there's a tricky left and a tricky right. And there you see him negotiating through them right now. So just talking about how to get around this part of the racetrack. You see he's shifting, he's downshifting, upshifting, in the gears, out of the gears. Then you work your way through that part of the racetrack and work your way to a under the bridge, which would be a brake hard after you get under the bridge. Right here, you're going to get on the brake right here. And then you get on the brakes and you make that turn and you get back on the power once you get off the brake. And that works your way around through what we call the horseshoe of the racetrack here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Great for overtaking, people for position. And Peterson just showing how you can get around there. And if you saw that guy behind him try to capitalize. Oh, we got cars wrecking behind him. I think it's Jeff Stabnow that just crashed out of the horseshoe.
Saw it in the mirror.
Slow hairpin shoe. Then you put your foot down on this part of the racetrack. Put your foot down. It was Stabnow that just crashed. Get in the slipstream as we go back on board with Peter. On that part of the racetrack, you get in the slipstream. Then you bounce across the curbs. Then you come back to the start-finish line as you brush the wall at the exit. Lap around. Kind of a technique. A little extra for you, describing what it's like to get around this road course at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
And you see the damage to Jeff Stabnow here is another car on pit road. Who's this coming down?
I think it's Caden Anderson.
Car. That's Cole Raz. Razzle Dazzle's been off and on pit road all day. Turn for Cole Raz.
Yeah.
In the number 10. And you see
or
that
there's a
damage.
Penalty, or there's somebody penalized.
You see the damage there on the 10 of Cole Raz. It's been an up and down day, and he missed his pit stall, I believe, so he's going to have to go and do another lap. That was a pass-through penalty for the number 10 of Cole Raz. Definitely not the return here to the Northwest Cup Series that Cole Raz was looking for.
12 of 45 laps. 12 of 45 laps, and there you see them right there. Justin Yee out in front. His teammate, Blake Peterson, right behind him. Paul Newton, most recent winner of the road courses, is in third. Hey, Dan West Jr. in fourth. And also the number 23, Toby Ritters. And we got a car around the 02, way in the back. And remember, sometime within the first half of this race, Greg, we will get a caution flag, as that was Matt Gelder that spun around.
Matt Gelder, one of the rookies here to the series. I love the color scheme on this number 02 car. And I love the fact that we've got so many new drivers, these rookies here in the series. It's been so much fun to watch them come in and develop through this season. But this is a very tough track. This track is not easy for anybody, let alone drivers who are getting started in the series. As you see, Paul Newton, he's a Beaver State boy out of Oregon. He's on the Beaver State racing team as well. And the number 81, 2 truck wins on the year. You see Cole Raz. We'll see if he comes down pit road again here, or if that was the intention for him. You know, I'm almost going to say, he's doing it again. I'm almost going to say maybe he's having some issues with his sim rig. That may be going down pit road to work on it while he coasts down pit road. And I think if that is the case, he's eventually just going to have to park it and work on it to try to get back out there.
Of course, Cole Raz is one of the drivers on the Spears SR. Is part of what Tom Roberts has created with the Alan Kulwicki Driver Development Program. Such an awesome group of people. We are about sometime 18 and 25 is what we were told, but we'll see a caution. Then the question is, Greg, do you play your cards? And do you think if you pit, you can actually be able to break this down into 2 pit stops? And after this competition caution, when it comes out, set yourself up for the question is.
Maybe. All depends on what... I think it all depends on how the first half of the race goes. And we've seen he was up in the top 5 earlier. He has been off and on pit road. Cole Raz has been off and on pit road a couple of times here. As you see, one of the bumblebees here, Sherwinski, that's who I was talking about. He was up as high as 2nd a moment ago earlier in the race, but he has fallen back after having to pit. Now his teammates run 1-2, Yee and Peterson. However, it's a long ways back to Peterson. I'm seeing double digits on the ticker there. Justin Yee in this number 66 car, which looks exactly like the 96 car on screen right now. Justin Yee having a great race thus far. There he is in the number 66. Has let him off.
Justin Yee.
Justin Yee gets a little bit loose right there. But he has been very, very strong. We've seen this out of him before. Very, very fast time he enters a race. Just has not had the luck that his teammate Lake Peterson has had. But boy, this race may be proven to be something else. This may be Justin Yee's night.
And might we add, a race yet on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Could it happen tonight here in the Cast Iron Outdoor Cooking 100? Big thanks to Tom Denschel Automotive Group. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing, so we can see a word from our sponsor. Hear a word from our sponsor for those that are listening. Justin Yee leading the way. There they are. Peterson, his teammate, right there with him. Also Newton. West. We are underway, approaching lap 20 here in Montreal.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, we have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. Big full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
There you see Justin Yee still leading the way after we had our round of commercials. Welcome back. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland here with you. Charles Wooten in the production chair and the LSRTV CRN crew ready for the next round of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series presented by Tom Denschel Automotive Group. And this is the leader off course. Justin Yee getting off track, but it really doesn't matter because he's got such a big lead over his teammate of Lake Peterson, Greg.
It's got to feel good for Yi to know that he can afford to have a mistake like that and not really be affected by it. Here, closing in on that window for competition caution, but man, Justin Yi in the 66, what a performance it has been thus far, leading every lap from the pole thus far. It has been a great drive for Justin Yi, and he's been so close, Wesley, so many times here in the Northwest Racing Series. Can he get that first Cup win tonight?
Good racing going on with Justin Yi. Here he comes. Down below start finish, getting around Troy Daggett, putting him a lap down. As Justin Yi looking for what will be his first career win in the Northwest iRacing Cup Series here if he pulls it off. The driver of the number 66, Justin Yi, has had his share of ups and downs. We've missed him the last couple of races, actually. Good to see him back again. Justin Yi on the Cup Series. Of course, Sean Brightsman is leading, but Justin Yi trying to have some type of a turnaround here. And as I look at where he's at,
Paulson locks him up, and Smith nowhere to go. It's right into the back of him. The Daytona winner, Steve Paulson, has problems. He's going to contact Mr. Smith after the race and see if Mr. Smith can use his connection.
I was going to say Justin Yi currently right now, again, has not been here for all of the races. Is really out of the top 20 of the points. If he was able to get himself a decent finish and a win, this would climb him up into the point standings. But he's still 31st for the driver of Justin Yi. And on the series so far, 6 DNFs, and those DNFs have hurt him in 10 starts, Greg. 1 pole, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s. As we said, he's come close, but not as close to the night he could go to victory lane if he pulls it off.
He got that second pole tonight, so we'll see if he can pull it off here in the race for that first win. Great run so far.
This race is 45 laps, 121.95 miles, 121. Point gets on to Texas, then Phoenix, Kentucky, Talladega. The final 5 races before Labor Day. We will be off the Race 4 Championship, which will begin at Indianapolis at the road course on September 13th.
Going to be an insane playoff round.
Yes,
we're doing the Indy road course, and we're doing the traditional oval. 2 races in a row in Indy as 1 car on pit road. Chris White on pit road, taking a stop before that competition caution. We're in that window, by the way, so any point now we can expect to see a caution.
Sometime between lap 18 and 25 is what we were told. See the caution come out. That's Justin Yi jumping over the rumble strips, the turtles, if you almost a 20-second interval back to the second place man of Lake Peterson, his teammate. Picking him up and putting him down, Greg. What a performance for the guy in the 66 here tonight so far.
It's been a great performance. Lake Peterson, though, doing exactly what he needs to do. He needs to capitalize if something goes wrong for his teammate, and that is what's gotten him 5 wins this season in the number 09. Just being there in the right place at the right time. He is 09, has to be one of the favorites going into the playoffs, Wesley. He has to be a guy you got to consider for that championship this year, but man, he has just been so strong, and here he is, second place again. It seems like this guy in the 09
West Ritters, how about we show Toby Ritters real quickly? How about it for Clifford? Doing good. He's in the top 5. There he is. Their King of Beers, Big Dog, number 23. Sitting comfortably in the toughness behind him, Greg, and he's holding him off.
He really does. It is looking like a crazy bout right now behind Ritters in the number 23. There's BJ Tidrick, Tyler King, Ryan Bloom, the ARCA winner. Who's that behind Bloom? That's Kevin Smith in the 00. And there it is. Competition caution, lap 20.
Well, we knew we were going to get one. And there it comes out. The competition yellow flag is out here. And it falls exactly on lap number. So lap 20, the caution flag does come out. Greg, I'm thinking everybody is coming to the pit lane. What do you think, brother?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's coming to get themselves set up for the second half of this one. There is no doubt in my mind.
Thinking everybody will be coming into the pit lane here. So we'll await for the entire cavalry to make their way onto the pit lane, which we know will be coming soon. I am, will say, very impressed with the work that all these guys have done so far. Everybody kind of playing nice and staying out of trouble. The racing's been really, really good. Justin Yee, yeah.
What a performance it's been thus far. I mean, look at this. We're almost half a lap down under caution, and second place still hasn't even caught up yet.
Yeah, I mean, that just gives you an idea of what literally performance he's put on so far here tonight.
There
like,
he is.
wow.
Second place and third place just now coming into the picture. And they're getting ready to come down pit road now.
What a job they've done so far. We're going to bring them down to the pit lane. Before we do so, let's look at the point standings. It'll pop up on your monitor here with a graphic. And that's what the point standings are looking like right now. And as we mentioned, Justin Yee in the top 30 in the points. So if a good run would happen for him, it could get him into the top 20 possibly. You make the top 20, you got a chance to go to the playoffs here, Greg. So again, a lot riding on what could happen here in just a few moments.
I think the key to this one's going to be the restart and making no mistakes on pit road here. Between those two, I think is going to be the determining factor for Justin Yee. He has to make no mistakes here, and he has to have a good restart.
Good show put on so far by these guys here.
This is going going to help Sean Brightsman as well in the number 09. Oh, Peterson's going to beat Yee off pit road here. Blake Peterson beats Justin Yee off pit road. So, this is going to change things up here, Wesley. Peterson able to beat Yee off pit road. Here's the thing. Yee has been so strong, but he has not had to pass anybody yet. What will it be now that Peterson has to try to make a move to get around, or Yee, excuse me, has to make a move around his teammate?
That's exactly right. Pit stops have been made. We will get ready for the second half of this event. Quick break extended. We'll have more coverage when we return in a moment with coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, the Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking 100, when we return from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Virtual Canada, LSRTV and the Community Radio Network.
Every customer, every single time, needs to get our very best. From moment one, my goal managing a team here in the dealership is to make sure that that customer's experience is the very best that they've ever had. We expect and demand total transparency. There should never be a time in that transaction where the customer is wondering or not quite sure of what they're buying or what they're paying or those sorts of things. And having that transparency and doing things the right way is super important. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
Welcome back to Montreal, Quebec, Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Technical issues on Wesley Outland's side, so going to be me carrying us here for a little bit as we get set to go back green. Blake Peterson gets the lead on pit road. Justin Yee in the second spot right now has led pretty much the entire race thus far in that number 66. He will be restarting in the second spot alongside of his Bumblebee teammate Blake Peterson, the 09. Paul Newton, two-time road course runner on the truck side, up to third. How about Toby Ritter's up in fourth now after a little bit of a different pit strategy on that number 23 this round of pit stop, so he will restart in the fourth position. You see the rest of the field trickle through here, and the caution is going to help guys like BJ Tidrick, Sean Brightsman, Dan West Jr., just to name a few, who lost ground and are now able to get themselves wound back up, and they'll have a second shot at it here for what will be the second half of the race. Through the tight hairpin now, pace car getting set to pull off on the pit road this time. And we'll be going green flag racing again here momentarily. And the thing to watch is going to be Justin Yee in that black and yellow 66. What can he do to get around his teammate? Because we know how fast he is, but he has not yet had to contend with trying to pass another car. Going to be very, very interesting. The good news is most of the corners here are right-handers, and Justin Yee's going to be on the right side. So that's going to be a little bit of help for him. The question is, though, can he make a good enough start over Peterson. We'll see. Pace car is going to pull in this time by putting the field in the hands of the 5-time winner. Lake Peterson in the 09 going to come through, take us to green. There's Paul Newton and Toby Ritters in the number 23. Second row coming to green flag, going to be back in the air. We're back underway, and Justin Yee does not get going in the number 66. Lake Peterson may have jumped the start a little bit. We'll have to see what the officials dictate here, because that was a big jump early for Peterson in the 09. Yee just has to make no mistakes, but there it is! Justin Yee makes a mistake. Paul Newton goes around. Toby Ritters moves in the second spot. Justin Yee focusing on whether or not the teammate jumped the restart, and he falls out of the top 5, and now the 66 has work to do. Unbelievable turn of events here right out of the gate. We're wondering if Peterson may have jumped the restart, and before you know it, the fastest car in town, Justin Yee, has fallen outside of the top 10. So this is going to change the entire complexion of this race. We're looking at Tidrick in third, a road course, not a road course ringer, but a guy who has focused a lot on road course here over the last year or so, and really has became a threat on the road course. He won the road course race in the ARCA series earlier this year, has a best finish of second this year. That came on the road course at Laguna Seca. Trying to track down Toby Ritters right now, but we're keeping our eyes on Lake Peterson in the 09 as Frank Harris goes around in the 11. He went pretty early in that number 09. We'll see, as another car has problems with the 02 of Gelder. And he has loaded it up. And that is Justin Yee, the 66, who was loaded up, the fastest car in the race, who dominated the first half. He has parked it right at the start of the second half. Unbelievable. Another heartbreak loss there for Justin Yee in the 66. Kevin Smith coming down pit road now in the 00, another ARCA winner this year, but it has not been the day that the Hermiston driver has been looking for. As he coasts to pit road, doesn't pull into his pit stall, may have got a pass-through penalty in the 00. We've seen a couple of those today. I think Cole Raz had one today, as the rest of the field tries to make their way, snake their way around this technical track. 20 laps to go next time by, 21 to go currently. And it's Lake Peterson out in front for Bumblebee. 5 wins on the season, 5 very different racetracks as well. He has shown to just not have a weakness here as Paulison and Brightsman get by. Brightsman, he has to be considered the road course ace of the series, as he led the series in road course wins last season and has been very strong on the road courses again, winning a couple of them, including Laguna Seca earlier this year. It has been such a strong year for the defending Cup Series champion. Brightsman wins again in just about everything, but especially on the road courses, always shines here. As do we have a new leader? Toby Ritters in the number 23 showing on the leaderboard. I think something may have happened to the 09 of Peterson, because Toby Ritters in the 23, he has taken the lead. You see it right there at the top of the corner. Toby Ritters in the number 23 has inherited the lead. Clifford leading the way here on LSRTV, and the Ritters family going crazy at home watching as Toby leads the way here in Montreal. But Peterson is right on his tail. Tidrick and Bloom there as well. Bloom in that number 25 sitting in the 4th spot. He is the ARCA winner on Friday night. There he is. Number 25 Monster Energy Ford Mustang. Winner on Friday in the ARCA series. BJ Tidrick up in 3rd, looking to try to track down the podium here, as well as Ritters beginning to open it up a little bit now over Peterson. Toby Ritters out in front. And the Ritters family is going crazy here. in the chat as Toby pulls away a little bit. Clifford, the big red dog, leading the way in Montreal. Through that tight hairpin, down this long front straightaway. Ritter's leading. And we believe that we do have Wesley back. Wesley, huge turn of events. Peterson getting the lead on the restart. Justin Yee makes a mistake on corner entry, parks it for the night. The dominant car out of the race, but we got a battle for the lead. Toby Ritters and Blake Peterson. And Ritters is trying everything he can.
Oh, no.
He's going around.
Oh, no. Ritters loses it. Peterson to the lead. He'll fall back to at least third or fourth in that log jam of traffic. By the way, if you were listening on the Community Radio Network, our server has had some type of a malfunction failure. I've got my techie. Oh, they're working on it with Stab Now. Ritter's going around. Ritter's in the Stab Now. Stab Now goes in the spin cycle.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wow.
This entire race got turned on its lid after the competition caution. So now Peterson out in front. Ryan Bloom up to second now, the winner on Friday night in ARCA. And now Peterson looking for win number 6.
What I was saying was that we have had some type of a network server failure on CRN. We are working already with my techie to try to get that back going again. What we will do is this entire race will be rebroadcast in its entirety when we go off the air. But for right now, we're not able to do anything with it to get back on the air live. So we will definitely get this race in the archives as soon as we get a chance. Right now, with down the stretch, 19 laps to go, of course. And look at Lake Peterson right back out in front again. I mean, no, the truck race will be actually our 400th broadcast. Shut up. Me and him are getting into it again, Greg.
Yeah, that's a common sight here. Ryan Bloom was closing in there on Peterson.
That's all he can say.
Peterson in the 09 out in front, but he is under pressure from Ritters. Ritters was able to get past him, and now Ryan Bloom, the ARCA winner, putting pressure on. So Peterson, he's gotten out in front, but he has not been able to really check out like we're accustomed to seeing out of him.
Let's talk contracts.
So you see there the gap as the rest of the field snakes their way through. I'm keeping my eyes, Wesley, on that teal and white 46 of Sean Breitzman out of Puyallup, Washington, now residing in Arizona. But I'm keeping my eye on him, the defending Cup champion and road course ace here in this series. I'm watching him to see if he can make his way through the field and have himself a shot at a decent finish here.
Well, everything that Justin Yee had going for him is now for naught, and that is just absolute heartbreak. Just cannot believe it, but it is what it is. And while that goes on, there's still a lot of racing left to go. And you got to look at now Lake Peterson, where one teammate fumbles and fails, the other driver right back in the catbird seat. And honestly, honestly, Greg, he is looking for his 7th win on the series if he gets it done here tonight.
Showing why he is definitely one of the favorites for that championship race. For reference, Brightsman won 10 races last year en route to that championship. Peterson has a chance to more than double it. Here, we're just barely to the halfway point. 5 races out from the playoffs.
Peterson out in front. Bloom now up to that number 2 position as they work their way back around the racetrack. Ritter's back in 4th. Honestly, still in it, Greg. It's not over.
By no means out of it. Still up there in the top 5. Just not the way that he wanted his turn up front to end. As you saw him going on defense there, trying to keep Peterson behind him, and just wound up sliding through the grass. Ritter's trying everything. He's another one who's in that same boat as Justin Yee, who's searching for that first win. Put Ryan Bloom and even Tyler King up in the top 5 in that boat as well. Drivers looking for their first career Cup victories. BJ Tidrick, he's looking for his 2nd career but first of the season in the number 72. His best finish this year was 2nd back at Laguna Seca. So Tidrick having another great race.
Yes, sir, he certainly is. As Lake Peterson is still the man out in front. He still leads the way. Ryan Bloom in 2nd. Tidrick 3rd. Decent run for BJ Tidrick right now in the top 3 on the podium there, Greg.
Great run for the Montana 200 champion for 2021.
Laps to go when they work their way back to start finish. And look at Ryan Bloom. Boy, I'll tell you what, Greg, he is right there on Peterson. One wrong slip and he could capitalize here. Ryan Bloom, he's hungry. The monster, ready to send it and try to get himself a win on the series.
Wants that first Cup win. He has a couple ARCA wins, including one here on Friday. Remember, we talked about he had that tough luck at the start of the race, but it was a long race. He should be able to capitalize and get back in it. And here he is up near the front, putting pressure on Peterson.
Putting on the pressure, mounting on that charge. And how about Tidrick? He's right there as well. And honestly, Ritter's is there. You got them all nestled with each other, at least by 4 or 5 seconds the interval. There goes the Verizon number 72 of Tidrick. And we got Sean Brightsman.
That's Tyler King.
Tyler King.
21 coming to rest right in front of the camera. You can see the grass on the tires there. That number 21
you can definitely tell that Tyler King wanted to be the lawnmower man.
Tyler King, lawnmower king.
Oh, dear. Coming soon. Coming soon, and that will be the Upper Edge Racing Modified Series. The Big Block Modifieds.
We've been talking about it for a while. Big Block Modified.
What did you say it was? October the 4th?
Dirt. Tentatively scheduled for Monday, October 4th to be the season opener. Tuesday, October 4th.
Nah, that's actually Monday, October the 4th. That's Tuesday, October the 5th is when it is.
Yeah,
my birthday's on Friday, October 1st, so. Second and third is on Saturday and Sunday. The fourth is on Monday.
There's something coming in the Northwest on that weekend. We're not allowed to go into specifics yet, but we got something big planned that weekend. That's the...
Ooh, do tell. Do tell us all.
I'm not allowed to tell, but fans in the Northwest know that's your traditional Fall Classic weekend in the Northwest. Not allowed to go into specifics yet because we still got to cross the I's and dot the T's, but something's coming. Something's in the works. Our producer's excited for that weekend. That's the Lone Star 600. A big race. Wesley, you may or may not be going to that.
My schedule's available if I'm invited. Chris David. Race on Texas. Hopefully they'll send me there for it. Love to.
That sounds like such an awesome race. It always fell on our big race weekend, the Fall Classic, but I've always been so intrigued by just the concept of that race. That race looks absolutely insane, and it's on the bucket list. I gotta go check that out at least once.
Ain't it 2 300 lappers Friday and Saturday night, or is it 2 600 lappers? Yeah, that's what I thought. It was 2 300 lap races. Yeah, there you go. Call my guy Cowboy, whoever his name, Cowboy Sam or whatever his name used to be. Yeah. He wants to win it. He wants to win it.
Talking about Kenny Wallace, the Herminator. He's been there a couple times.
He's in it to win it, guys. He is. Yeah. Had himself a runner-up finish the other night somewhere.
Well, Ryan Bloom was in the lead until that happened.
That is hashtag fake news, people.
Oh, look out. Here comes the teal car. Here comes Breitzman. Reuters is falling out of the top 5, but Sean Breitzman, ding, ding, ding. Hello, defending Cup Series champion, and Dan West Jr. creeping up as well.
Definitely a big change. Turn of events. Lake Peterson now looking for his 7th win. You see where in white it says 6X, 3X, 4X? That's not shirt sizes. That's the number. That's the number.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
I opened up that door. I will admit that it's my fault. I opened the door for that. I deserved it. I did.
Yeah, we got a couple guys here who wear 5X. I mean, 6X ain't much bigger. Not in the series, I'm saying, but I know some guys here in the Northwest, some racing people that are in the 5X bracket. Oh, Judd Wakefield off the pole. Judd Wakefield off the pace in the number 50. Has our producer given us a little bit of a description of his wardrobe?
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
Here's Toby Ritters under pressure from Paul Newton, now in the number 81. Chris White there as well. Noah Sherwinski, the 96, saying hello.
I don't know if you. I was singing Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if you knew that song.
I was ignoring.
It was. Whoa! Look out! Newton. Behind Ritters.
Coming up on Judd Wakefield, the number 50.
Toby Ritters, this is Bella. Go, Daddy, go. Rose Ritters, the Ritters family cheering on Toby. And Paul Newton goes around. The Sebring winner.
Sebring truck winner and Daytona road course winner in the trucks.
Yep.
Ryan Bloom getting back around BJ Jeter. Guys for top 5 right there. With 12 laps to go. Make it 11 to go. For Lake Peterson and the 09. For a road course, this is clicking away pretty quickly here, Wesley. And 5 cars still right there with each other. This is what we talked about with the technical course.
huh?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. The outdoor cast iron cooking 100 is a turn on for our producer. He's loving it.
I can't believe you just went there. Both of you.
I didn't say anything bad. Go away, him.
Oh, Davis Jr. Brightsman launched it up.
Whoa, look out, trouble. Ritter's around. Oh, it's Tedrick around. Tedrick and Dan West Jr.
West, Brightsman, and Tedrick all had issues right there, and Brightsman able to get away.
Holy cow. Did Ritter's capitalize on it? I don't think he did, though.
No, Brightsman's the big benefactor there.
Wow.
And West Jr. is the big loser. There's Ritter's. He's able to close in.
He was able to close in, just couldn't get to him, though. Couldn't pass him.
Grayson says hello to LSRTV. Hey, Grayson. Hope you're enjoying the race. Disregard some of the conversation that's going on in our headset.
Why aren't you in bed?
Watching Dad race. That's why. There's Dad right there. Look for the big red dog.
Past your bedtime.
Well, apparently the kids were in bed and they got woken up, if I'm reading this correctly. In the comments.
Tonight, Upper Edge.
Tonight's not Upper Edge. Upper Edge is in October. Checking in on some battles deeper in the field. Frank Harris in the number 11, driving past the lake. All dry fish noises out the window every single time they drive by. And a reminder that birds are decent people. As Ritters
and fish noises are fun to make at the lake too.
Sure. Just as long as you don't repeat Nashville truck race fish noises, we're good. Battle going on there between Tedrick and West.
That was
Ritters
fun.
and Sherwinski.
What are you talking about? That was...
Whoa, new leader Ryan Bloom in the 25. Hound Sherwinski, or Peterson, excuse me, and finally gets by, coming to 9 to go.
He did it! Ryan Bloom to the lead! You the monster!
How many monsters did you drink before this race, Wesley? That's what I want to know.
6.
How are you alive? What? What?
Because I'm alive. I counterattack my body by drinking it. No, I don't drink that stuff.
That is disgusting. Our producer telling us his personal record for Red Bull, and no, what? That is insanity. I'm not even going to comment on that.
Yoo-hoo! Good times, good times. And right now, Ryan Bloom is leading. Peterson in second, Brightsman third. Remember, this is the final stretch down the road to the playoffs. 4 left after tonight. Next
and
week
4
it's
very
Texas.
different tracks. Texas, Phoenix, Kentucky. Hi, Keith. I know that was for Wesley, but hi, Keith.
Hello to the animal, Keith Bradley from Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Hey, that's Russ Lundberg chiming in. Hey, Russ, you going to help us out with Mount Washington? I know you've been very excited about that being announced, and you were kind of trying to tell us that. Russ Lundberg, RGL Motorsports, he's all kinds of fired up that Mount Washington's coming to iRacing as well. How are we going to do that? Are we going to broadcast one of those here? Mr. Producer, are we going to try to figure out a way to get that on here? Because I think that'd be something totally fun and way different. He wasn't listening. Our producer never listens to us. He just chimes in on our ear once in a while. He's too busy playing
Him
with his
is
RC
him
car.
is him is him. Him is him. And he's always messing with stuff to buy RC car parts. So, if you ever want to buy a present for our producer, aka him, just get him RC car parts.
I was just gonna get him a bag of Doritos and call it good. Oh, Peterson with problems in the 09.
Flaming Doritos. They got to be flaming Doritos, remember?
Oh, flaming, huh? Let's let me throw a little bottle of hot sauce in there as well.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling.
And then
You're the
you
one
blow
that
it
was
out
telling
later.
me about the Reaper popcorn, Mr. Producer, and you need to send me a link to that so I can find it.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. My birthday's. No, you're not. Your birthday's not till friggin' April. What are you. You said. My
I don't think that
birthday's
classifies
coming
as
up.
soon.
My birthday's in 2 months, October 1st.
That's starting to come up. Mine's in a year. Mine was last month. Actually, no, it's August. Mine's 2 months ago now.
Birthday done passed. My birthday's next.
That's why I said my birthday was a month ago. Fish noises, by the way, as we drive past the water again. Well, I can't say the name of the popcorn that our producers tell me about. Just send me a link, boss. That's all I need.
It's
Just send me
called
a link.
ass-kicking premium eating popcorn.
Okay, I was trying to behave, but nope.
Yeah, I mean, ass is in the Bible. I mean, come on, there's a donkey. Oh,
He got you there.
Wow.
Our producer just got Wesley good right there. What are we looking at? 7 to go, and Ryan Bloom looking very strong right now. Our producer
Look at this
came
battle
through.
for
He got
second,
me the
guys.
link.
Battle for second. Spontaneous combustion pepper microwave popcorn. Well,
All right.
I would love to do the commercial for that. Try a bag of spontaneous combustion microwave hot popcorn today.
Hey, there's no Amazon Smile donation for this one though.
Oh,
wait,
Peterson just got
wins the
passed by Brightsman. Hey, by the way, the laps are winding down too. We got like 7 laps to go.
Yeah,
We're
coming
down
to 6 to go this time. Man, there's not a... It's
Down
on Amazon, but there's not a Smile
to
donation on this one. But,
my
all right, I will be looking into this. Oh, it's a 3-pack.
Yeah. Spontaneous combustion. That means when you blow it up, you're gonna like blow up the whole seat, the bathroom, and the living room. Okay, you have to run for the hills.
Oh, this is the Ghost Pepper one. The Carolina Reaper one's.
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess
here.
what, Greg? Guess what? You will make fish noises when you.
Yeah, don't mind us. Our producer's telling us about spicy popcorn, and he sends us the wrong link.
Don't ignore me,
Bloom.
Greg. You knew what I said.
I heard you. I ignored you for a reason. Fish
Don't
noises.
ignore me.
Remember, Wesley, birds are decent people. There's your top 3 right there. Bloom in the 25, Brightsman the 46, Peterson the 09, and that's a bit of a ways back to Tidrick in the number 72. All right, Keith Bradley says his personal best was 5 NOS Energies during this year's Indiana Sprint Week. Which race?
Yeah,
was
I
that,
would never
Keith? I was
drink.
trying
I'm
to
not
follow
a fan
along
of.
on that.
I'm not a fan of energy drinks. I mean, I'm really not. I mean, yeah.
I'm not a fan of like the normal energy drink because I don't really like the flavor of it. Like the standard Monster, the standard Rockstar, Red Bull, NOS falls into that category as well. Not a fan of the flavor of just standard energy drinks. If you get me like special flavor, you know, for instance, a Java Monster or one of the Rockstar Punched or whatever, I'm good there, and I can drink one, maybe 2 a day. But normal energy drinks, not a big fan. I like the Zero Monsters, the Zero Ultras. Those are my favorite monsters. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now, by the way. That's for 4th between Tidrick and West. in the 72 and the 55. You know, hey, Wesley, kind of off topic here, but speaking about Verizon, I was talking to Caleb Smith, driver of the S&B Cup Series, and we both agree that one of our all-time favorite paint schemes in NASCAR history is a Verizon-sponsored car. It was Justin Allgaier's number 12 Penske Xfinity car from way back in the day. Caleb Smith and I, from the S&B Cup Series, we both agree that that paint scheme is in our top 3 all-time.
I mean, it's, I guess.
I'll send it to you so you can have it fresh in your head here, because Caleb and I were comparing old 12 cars, and we both agreed that one was our favorite.
The laps are winding down. Ryan Bloom trying to join the fraternity of first-time winners.
There you go.
For the Northwest iRacing Cup Series, led by Tom Dinchell Automotive Group here tonight in the Cast Iron Outdoor Cooking 100. And he hold on. In the Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking 100 here tonight. There you see Tidrick and West Jr. right there in the top 5. Greg is sending me pictures
of Verizon, a certain Verizon car I was mentioning.
Oh yeah, the car, yeah, there it is, yeah.
And the Tidrick paint scheme really reminds me of it. Kind of like a little bit of a modernized twist to it, but it reminds me a lot of that car Allgaier drove in, what was that, 2008, 2009, maybe 2010?
Oh yeah, I remember that car, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at Tidrick's car right now, I mean, granted, it's a blue oval instead of a Dodge like that car was, but the car that Tidrick's driving right now very, very much reminds me of that car.
And he is in a dogfight to hold on for 5th. It's 5th place, Dan West Jr. trying to get around him for that 4th spot. There you see the number 72 of Tidrick. Winner of the Montana 200, real race a couple of weeks ago. What a great story that was. Go to finish line and put in BJ Tidrick to find the archive of that interview that I had with him a couple of weeks ago. Caden Anderson from Yakima, Washington, coming off of a runner-up finish in the Idaho 200.
And he's been very strong.
Cody Mallard
here.
winning the race. Corey Mallard, will have him on finish line Wednesday.
Again,
and what'd you say, Greg?
Saying Caden Anderson has been on a little bit of a streak of top 5s lately. Yeah. But, man, again, I'm just so happy for Corey Allard. I mean, I told the story on a podcast earlier today, Turn 5 Live, check it out. And I was like, hey, I've been going to, you don't just decide to show up one day and start announcing races and it's your first time at the racetrack. No, you grow up around the sport of racing. That's how you get involved in this dang sport. And I can remember going as a kid and a teenager.
Right.
And Corey Allard was always so fast, but lady luck, just something happened. Oh, Breitzman took the lead, guys. Sean Breitzman in the 46 just took the lead in the 46 car. The road course has taken the lead with less than 5 laps to go.
Remember how beat up that car was in the first opening laps? And now he's got the lead. New leader, Sean Breitzman.
Are you at all surprised? Because I'm not.
I'd like to see Ryan Bloom get it back. Ryan Bloom try to get it back.
Here's my question, though. We have reached the point that we had the competition caution at this point. How much further can these guys go? Are we going to see these guys run out of fuel? What is the fuel window here? Oh, Breitzman with a big bobble, and that's going to allow Bloom to close in.
Here he comes.
Bloom's going to have a shot here.
Driver left. He's there. He's got to run.
Here we go. Drag race.
Oh, somebody lift. Bloom back to the lead. He went to the grass. Are you kidding? He went to the grass. Oh, that momentum he had, he lost. Well, that sucks.
Bloom was paying a little too much attention to the fish noises there as he drove down the backstretch. So Brightsman.
Open that door. Brightsman slipped and let Bloom get there. Then Bloom lost it. Can he get it back? He's fell way back. 2 to go this time by at the start-finish line here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Keith said he did it twice. He did it at Lawrenceburg and Bloomington. 5 NOS energies in one day. Russ Lundberg drank Full Throttle. I didn't even know Full Throttle still existed. I literally thought it was just something that sat in the bottom shelf of the fridge of the grocery stores.
No, Full Throttle was popular. What are you talking about?
I've never once seen anybody in Spokane drinking a Full Throttle, but I see it everywhere in the stores. But I've never, in my 17 years I've lived here, seen anyone purchase one. I swear, I've just seen it sitting in the fridge at the gas stations for 17 years. Ryan Bloom in second in the number 25. Hey, regardless of outcome here, he's going to be happy with this performance. Obviously, he wants to win, but a second place, battling with the ace of the Northwest Racing Series on road courses, Sean Brightsman. He's got to feel good about being able to contend with it here, but he's coming to the white flag this time.
He's coming to the CRN one to go. White flag.
I was going to give that one to you there, Wesley, because that's
the CRN. And by the way, we will broadcast this race probably when we go off the air live. We'll probably go back and re-air it. We've had some type of a server issue. It is through WordPress. It is not our fault. We've actually messaged them. They emailed us. And we will probably re-air this race in its entirety when we go off the air live. White flag in the air coming up for Sean Brightsman as he'll send it around that final corner down to the start-finish line. One more lap to go at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for number 46, originally from, of course, Puyallup, Washington, now resides from Tucson, Arizona, the land of the cactus and the sweat in the desert. And he is about to get his 4th win. Greg, he's in the racetrack around here for the final time on the course in virtual Montreal.
Defending Cup Series champion, 10 wins on the year last year. Believe he leads the Cup Series in all-time wins and would be the all-time winner in Northwest Racing Series history, and just adding another one to that tally would be his 14th career Northwest Cup Series victory if he gets this one done. What an absolute tear he has been on since the Cup Series debuted. Sean Brightsman, of course, getting that Cup championship last year, but man, oh man, something about the road courses, Wesley. He's just on another level. This one didn't even come down to strategy this time. This was just Brightsman just putting his head down, going out and putting on a show and being there at the end and just out driving everybody.
What a performance by Sean Brightsman. There's Ryan Bloom right there behind him. He just ran out of time. And let's recap. Remember, Sean Brightsman had issues carving into this thing. What a difference a fast repair makes and a competition caution to set things up for what was a very interesting second half. And now Sean Brightsman hitting his marks. He will make his way down to the start-finish line here at Montreal. Checkered flag will wave, and your winner tonight, 4th win on the year in the outdoor cast iron cooking 100, is Sean Brightsman. Teammate Dan West Jr. spinning. Everyone else avoiding him.
He's not across the line yet.
That's right. They're running to the flag.
Tidrick is going to capitalize and get the 4th
Here comes
spot.
Newton. He might get him. Newton might get him at the line. No, he won't.
West is going to make it. But man, Tidrick able to capitalize and get 4th.
Celebration, celebrate good times. And what a job for the driver of number 46, Sean Brightsman. The rest of the field coming across the start-finish line. There as Jeff's called me a ding-dong live on the air. He called me.
I can't believe you have this in the air today.
I did.
Fish noises.
He called me a ding-dong on the air.
My nice words.
Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Bridesman's going to go make plenty of fish noises tonight. His 4th win of the season.
Yes.
He's going to go. Now, here's the thing. We do the Northwest High Five. I wonder if someone hits him hard enough, is he going to land in the water?
There's going to be a celebration of magnitude, proportions, road course style, but first, he going to circle and burn it down. But here they come, ready to spoil the party. Ryan Bloom is ready to attack.
I'm wondering where Tidrick is in the 72. He's going to come flying in here in a moment.
Ryan
Bloom's backing
Bloom
up.
is like trying to get
to get himself a running start here.
That's what I was about to say. And Sean Brightsman knows it. Here they come.
Here he goes. Dan West Jr.
Dan West, Caden Anderson.
Chris White.
And there goes. Oh,
There's
Ryan
Bloom.
Bloom. Send him on his lid. Wow.
And no.
Oh.
Toby Ritters.
Toby Ritters went a plow into the wall. Well,
Oh, and Chris White.
Chris White just gave him a little kiss. He said, "Mwah."
Oh, boy. Who's this?
Well,
Who's this? Who's this?
Oh,
my
my
God.
dude, he hit the wall so hard it knocked him back into another dimension.
Who was that?
What's up with our helicopter view? We can't see anything.
Oh, was that the 51 of Troy Daggett? I think that was.
Oh my goodness!
my
Let the celebration begin.
The Northwest High Five, ladies and gentlemen. After every Northwest Racing Series event, here comes Frank Harris late to the show. But
Frank Harris, better late than never. Look out!
Is he gonna get Daggett? No, he missed.
He struck out. he struck out.
Oh, Daggett says,
Toby
all right,
Ritters come back and turned him and wrecked him. Toby Ritters come back and returned around and returned the favor. You gonna hit me? I'm gonna hit you, fella. You gonna hit me? I'm gonna hit you.
Hey, he's gonna get
well, Frank at least is hitting somebody from behind.
All right, let's take a look at the sawblade.com unofficial results before we go completely off the wall.
I can't believe. Oh my God! Sean Brightsman. Oh, Sean Brightsman is your winner. Ryan Bloom is in second, but Lake Peterson 14 seconds back in third. Tidrick fourth, Paul Newton is fifth, Chris White sixth. Toby Ritters, how about it for Clifford, seventh, Matt Gelder eighth, Sherwinski is ninth, and Dan West Jr. almost a minute back in the top 10.
All right, Stephen Paulson comes up in the 11th spot with Frank Harris in the 11 and 12th. Jeff Stabnow, Judd Wakefield, Troy Daggett, your top 15. Tyler King, Racetrack King, Kevin Smith, Justin Yee, Aaron Cooper, and Cole Raz, your top 20. I believe we had 21 cars in the field. Yes, we did. Caden Anderson going to take home 21st here tonight.
Ironically, 37 laps down and car number 37. We'll be back. When we come back, we'll grab a word with our top three. Fun times here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Virtual Canada, in the Northwest Cup Series. First of 5 straight weeks before we decide who's going to the playoffs. We'll be back from Napa Pisestiado. Not Canadian, it's French. We'll have more in a moment. Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series here tonight at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Canada, for tonight's event, the Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking 100. I'm Wesley Outland, Greg Rance alongside. We'll grab a word with our top three here in just a moment. And Sean Brightsman, his fourth win on the season. Third place, Lake Peterson. Oh, man, so close, Lake, to being there at the end. You're taking the race, having to settle for the third spot. And of course, it's all good. You got 6 wins on the year. You know you're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, no complaints from me. I'm not very good at road course racing, so felt like that third place was kind of handed to me. Also, as a whole, we weren't really, it wasn't our best race. We were kind of all over the place tonight in terms of getting into other people. Definitely not the way we want to race. But yeah, definitely lucky to have a third place finish out of this one. I was struggling at the end. Dan almost got to me there.
Lake, tell us about just what you had to do in the second half of the race, because the first half of the race, it kind of just seemed like everything was on cruise control. Everyone was just kind of setting themselves up for the second half. But man, once that restart happened, it was just on like an entirely different race. Seemed like everybody was just driving way more aggressively than they did in the first half. What was it like just having to make that switch from like, okay, easy cruise control first half to all of a sudden now you gotta be go 100%?
Yeah, that's it. You definitely know when the light switch is flicked on that one, because I felt like I was taking care of my stuff just as good, but just without even thinking about it. I mean, the race pace just spikes, and I was like sliding all over the place. We had ran just about the same amount of laps. And then I was trying not to make a mistake and let Ryan buy me easy, and made him work for it for a while, but I couldn't keep him behind me. And then Sean was able to get by me, and I just couldn't keep it together. Just trying to limp her along.
Well, we'll let you go, buddy. Before we do, thank your sponsors, man. Good run, especially for a place that you don't really care for the road courses. You got you a solid top three.
Yeah, definitely not going to complain about that one. Thank everyone at Ski Fleet Enterprises. Thank Sean, Jeff, and everyone else that's behind the curtain that makes these things possible. Tom Dental Auto Group is a big support to us, and we appreciate everything they do. Also want to thank the broadcast. Appreciate you guys, and thanks for coming out this week.
Lake Peterson, 6 wins on the season. He'll settle for a podium here tonight, third at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And again, the 09 here tonight, third on the racetrack. Second spot will go to Ryan Bloom. So close. Ryan,
yeah.
the take of this, bud. Man, you're a cat's whisker.
I know.
The checkered flag and winning this thing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's no shame in finishing second behind Sean, but the way that went down, just really unfortunate. I gave it away twice, almost got away with it. Third time was not meant to be. So I don't know. I had problems with that chicane there all week. It doesn't matter. It seemed like however far back I back up the corner, just for whatever reason, I just have a hard time getting it slowed down there. So unfortunate. Kind of felt like I let that one slip away, but second place, not bad, but really wanted to get that first win.
Ryan, let's talk about the closing stages of that race. Getting the battle with the two guys who have really cemented themselves this year, Brightsman and Peterson, and you're there going toe-to-toe with them. You won the race on Friday here at Montreal, and you have road course wins already this year. So what is it about the road courses that just seems to really fit your driving style? And tell us just about the last 10 laps or so, battling it out with these guys.
Yeah, well, I'm not a road course racer. I haven't done a lot in the past, but with these courses on the schedule, I just put a lot of track time in and practice time, and definitely the ARCA race definitely helps getting that seat time, and just spent a lot of time just trying to get acclimated to road course racing and trying to get better each and every time. And so far it's paying off. Just came up a little short. As far as the last 10 laps, it's just I was trying to run quick because I had Sean behind me, so I couldn't just take it slow around those corners. But at the same time, I was trying to take it easy. I spent a lot of time taking easy on my tires the first part of that run after the caution, and was hunting Lake Peterson down and just kind of being patient with him and trying to find my spot to get around him. And once I got ahead, I kind of built on that lead, and I thought I was good. And then tires starting to give out, and just a little too much for me, and just overshot some of those corners and my braking zones, and just didn't execute on those. So hopefully it was a good show. Made it exciting, that's for sure. Missing those, getting those penalties, but yeah, just one that got away.
Ryan, final question. You can also mention your sponsors as well in closing. Do you feel like this was the race that you had a chance to win to try to go to the playoffs, or do you feel like some of these other races coming up you got a shot to win?
Yeah, I definitely had circled the road course and the dirt track. Back in the trucks, but definitely the road course opportunity. I know we have a lot of oval asphalt racers in here, and we've got some great road racers as well, but yeah, I felt that was an opportunity and to try to steal a win here, and almost had it. I just want to thank sponsors, Tom Dental Auto Group. Appreciate their support and coming on board and supporting the series. It's great to have them on board. And check out TomDentalAutoGroup.com. And one more sponsor here, escaping my mind right now. Outdoor Cast Iron Cook. Want to thank them for sponsoring this race and for their support. And also LSRTV, you guys do a great job, and it's fun to go back and watch the broadcasts and have all that for my friends and family. So I appreciate it. Thanks.
Ryan Bloom, he will finish in the bridesmaid spot, closest to ever getting a series win here tonight at Circuit. Jill Villeneuve will go for second spot. To victory lane we go. Fourth win now on the year. Redeemed himself from bad luck. Stayed there at the end. Had a little slip. Bloom got to him, but quickly Brightsman was able to battle back. John Brightsman from Puyallup, Washington, originally, now from Tucson, Arizona, and by the way, defending Northwest Cup Series champion as well. Sean, what a performance, bud. Your recap of this 45-lap craziness that was here tonight at iRacing Circuit Jill Villeneuve.
You said it best at craziness. Wow, what a race. Can't believe I came away with the victory. That was Ryan's to win. Just couldn't quite close and back up those corners enough to make it work. But wow, just happy to get this Brights Boutique Toyota Camry into victory lane here for the outdoor cast iron cooking 100 here.
Sean, the last couple of years, you have been one of the most dominant guys on the road course. What is it about these tracks that just fits you so well? Because it seems like no matter what road course we're at, whether it's like a long, drawn-out, wide-open one or a very technical one like we were at tonight, no matter what the driving style of a specific road course, you're always up at the front here.
Yeah, I don't know. I just... I love the road racing side of things. I especially really enjoy it with the stock cars, that full-bodied, heavy cars, just trying to muscle them around. It's just a lot of fun. And then, I've ran the 24 hours, things like that with some of the sports car stuff. So just running multiple laps, multiple different series that just give me this, I guess, a little bit of an advantage when you have that many laps turned on most of these courses. So been lucky, in that aspect of kind of the tracks that we have ran for road courses. But got a couple more here coming up, or at least one more here, and it's been a while since I ran Indianapolis, so we'll see.
Can we talk about your slip there and Ryan Bloom? Hungry. That's the word I want to use. Hungry. A lot of drivers hungry, wanting to get that first career win. Man, If there would have been one wrong slip, he could have got you. Sean, what was it like when you made that little hiccup and you saw him coming, and then you were quickly able to get back after him, and then he made a slip and you got him to seal the deal to win the race?
Yeah, it was, obviously leading into the turn that he had the most issues. I've just, saw him go off there a couple times, and then that's what gave me the lead as well. So made that slip and figured I would just try to protect the inside as much as possible, let him drive it in maybe a little deeper, thinking I was going to, and just try to make him mess it up, basically. Make that mistake so I don't have to work that hard to make that pass and keep that pass.
Well, buddy, thank your sponsors and congratulations to you. You think we can see you sweeping the trucks on Wednesday night?
It's going to be tough. If we have any race like this, I know Ryan's putting in a lot of time and laps into it, so we'll see what we can do. But we'll thank, of course, our race sponsor tonight, Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking. Check it out on YouTube at Outdoor Cast Iron Cook. It's all about eating good in the great outdoors. So with husband and wife cooking team. So take a look, watch some of their videos. It's cool stuff. I've checked out a few. Ham and greens pasta sounds delicious, so go take a look at that video. Give them a like.
Did you say ham pasta?
Ham and greens pasta.
Ham and greens
Mm-hmm.
pasta. And so Cast Iron Outdoor Cooking is you? Whoever it is, they have good food. I'm looking at their website right now. Yes. Yep. Sean, thank you to the rest of your sponsors, buddy. We appreciate you, bud.
Appreciate it. Just want to thank Bright's Boutique, of course. Check us out at Etsy shop, or etsy.com/shop/Bright's Boutique. Thank LSRTV for everything you guys do. We appreciate the broadcast. And got to thank, of course, Tom Denchel Auto Group for coming on board for the Cup Series. Check them out if you're looking for a new car in the Prosser, Washington, Hermiston, Oregon area at tomdenchelautogroup.com.
There you go. Greg, your final thoughts on Circuit Gilles Villeneuve and Sean Brightsman winning here tonight for win 4 of the year.
Man, what an unbelievable race this was. I mean, we talked about it a little bit with Lake. It was really a tale of two races. The first half, everyone kind of just getting a feel for the track. It was the first time these cars have raced here with this series. Just kind of feeling out, making sure everything was settled in. But that second half, holy cow, that was so much fun to watch. All up on the wheel the entire night. So much fun to watch. I can't wait for the truck race when everyone has their setup the way they want it. Remember, this was a fixed set race. This was something special. I can't wait to see what happens on Wednesday night with the trucks. Definitely going to be a fun one.
It was a fun one here tonight for sure. And man, props to Toby Ritters and of course Ryan Bloom and man, so many drivers that were literally trying so hard to try to break through and get that first. Justin Yee as well. To look for that first career win and just coming up short. But when it was all said and done, Sean Brightsman survives from bad luck at the beginning, goes and gets the fast repair at the competition caution, runs back, gets the checker flag, and wins here tonight at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in this Outdoor Cast Iron Cooking 100. The trucks will be in action on Wednesday as well. As always, follow the Northwest Racing Series for Trucks, Cup, ARC, and more at Northwest Racing Series on social media at LSRTV, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and LiveSimRacing.com. And, of course, we are CRN at CRN Sports, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. iRacing coming up for the trucks. It'll be our 400th all-time broadcast on CRN Wednesday night for the trucks at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And, of course, we got football, volleyball, and soccer all on the way, along with our coverage of esports. For everybody at Rocket Media, Jeff Stabnow, for Charles Wooten, a.k.a. him, in the production chair. For the Ding Dong, Greg Rentz, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations to Sean Brightsman picking up the win here tonight from virtual Canada. Take care. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? We'll do it again with the trucks on Wednesday.